Hi there, Michele Lewis here with Unleash Potential Coaching, and I'm here to deliver and share with you what I promised, the 4 ways to navigate the holidays. You know, with Christmas just a little over a week away, if you're like me, then that hustle and bustle is ramping up and all your planning is getting underway. Maybe you're traveling or you've got people coming, family coming. And it just fills our days. You know, holidays already are full of gift buying and parties and, you know, family and extended family. And then we've got our regular work schedules, our regular family schedules, and then friends and people that we want to spend time with. Sometimes that stress of all those things can really push many of us pretty close to that maxed out, over the edge feeling. And when you find yourself screaming out loud or in your head that I can't wait for the holidays to be over, then something gets lost. We lose our joy, we lose our peace, and that's not what the holidays are intended to bring. They're supposed to be a joyful time of our life. So in addition to that, I know you probably know, like me, that life wasn't meant for us to just get by or to get through things. We're really meant to live our lives moment by moment by engaging in this life that we're given. You know, life is really too short to live it out for just the next thing on our list instead of the present here and now. So although these 4 tips I'm going to share with you are just a few ways to navigate the holidays, they really are the ones that I have found over the years with myself and with my clients as really great ways to bring a bit more peace into your life during the holidays as well as everyday life. So before life gets crazier, let's go ahead and get started with the first of the 4 proven simple ways to make your holidays a little lighter and a little joyful. So the first one is just breathe. Now, I'm not talking the regular breaths that you take throughout the day, but I'm talking about an intentionally focused breath. It's the one where we actually stop what we're doing for about 12 to 15 seconds and we breathe in a way that brings us into the present. What I mean by that is, have you ever driven on the freeway and had no idea how you got from point A to point B until something really kind of jarred you present, like having to take your exit? You know, at that moment where you become kind of awake, you might turn the radio down or you might stop talking with a friend so that you can focus, you know, on what you need to do next. Our subconscious mind is what got you and me from point A to point B when we really have no clue how we got there. And that's because our subconscious operates kind of like an autopilot. It programs the things that we do repetitively so much to the point that we're not really required to be presently attentive as we do them. Where our minds can wander while we're brushing our teeth, our minds can wander while we're riding a bicycle or driving our car, because we do them so frequently they become routine. So we can kind of function in autopilot. Staying in a stressful frame of mind is kind of can become our also normal operating mode. And at that point, that's when we really stop being attentive and present. It takes off where we start going over our lists. We go over conversations that we've had, or we go over conversations that we should have had, or the things that we need to do or wish that we hadn't done. Those are all the things that we didn't take the time really to process in real time, in the present, when they were happening. And all those lists, all that talking, all that activity usually happens about the time we hit our pillow and we so desperately want to go to sleep. So just like turning down the radio when we exit the freeway, breathing helps us to get present. It helps us to get focused so that we can have clarity for what it is that we need to do next. And by doing this, we really stop that autopilot of chaos that's going on in our head. So whenever you feel that familiar overwhelm coming on and the ramping up of your stress level, take a moment and breathe. Stop what you're doing. I don't mean literally. If you're driving down the road, just be focused. And take some slow, intentional breaths. You know, it might look something like this, where you'll breathe in through your nose for about 6 or 7 counts, and then exhale out your mouth like you're blowing out of a straw. And do that also slow. What happens when we do this is that there's something called the vagus nerve, and that gets reset This is what controls the nervous system and takes care of all of our unconscious body procedures. The things that we don't have to think about, like breathing and swallowing. Now, the more stress that we get, those functions, our breathing, our swallowing, our perspiration, all those things start increasing. They start working harder. They start creating agitation in our whole body until we get to that place where we become aware that, oh my gosh, we're about to spin out of control. So take a moment right now and just breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And just see how different you feel. How different your surroundings are to you. The more that you become aware and slow yourself down, the more your subconscious is really going to form a new groove for your autopilot. And that is a very good way to navigate through life, not just the holidays. So have a wonderful evening, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we're going to talk about boundaries.